Hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about the basic differentiation. The students who are just starting physics or just after your class 10 you have just taken admission in class 11, so this basic calculus is very much essential to understand different physics and to use them in different numericals. In class 12, those who have taken mathematics, class means this calculus is there in detail. Now for our use in physics, we will just discuss the basic calculus or differentiation and integration, which will be helpful in solving the numericals. So in this video, part 1, I'll discuss about differentiation. In part 2 of calculus, I'll discuss about integration and we'll solve some numericals, how we are using the basic differentiation and integration in different numericals. So in this first video, we'll discuss different calculus, so different differentiation numericals. So it's calculus is basically two category. One is called differentiation and another one is integration. Now integration is called also antiderivative. It's just opposite, reverse of your differentiation. Now differentiation where we use. Now suppose you are moving with a particular velocity, so you can write that I am moving with a velocity 30 meter per second. But sometimes what happens, the velocity is not a constant number, but it depends upon time, right? In practical situation that happens. Suppose you are traveling with your motorbike, then what happens? So your speed at different instant is different. Suppose at 10 a.m. your speed is 30, at 10:15 the road is very smooth, so your speed increased and you are moving with a, let's say, 40 meter per second. Now your speed is not constant over the time, so and it is related or it is dependent upon certain variable, let's say t. So if I'll say your velocity varies as, suppose I'll tell you the velocity varies as 2t plus 3. That means here the velocity is dependent upon t, means time here. Velocity is dependent upon time. Velocity is not a constant number. Instead of velocity is a means dependent upon time. So for different time, if you make a table, you know how to make a table. Here v and t is there. So for time t is equal to 0, let's say initial time, your velocity will be 3 meter per second. For t is equal to 1, 2 into 1, 2 plus 3, so 5 meter per second. So now you can see that velocity for different time, your velocity is different. Now in such cases, which is a very practical case generally, right? Because you cannot, if you are riding even, you cannot move in the same speed. So this is generally a practical situation, and different motions, they obey different law. They varies upon the, depending upon the time, right? So they follow a pattern. They depend upon some variables, right? So in such cases, if I'll ask what will be your velocity, what will be if the velocity is given like this, if I'll ask what will be the acceleration, or if the displacement is given 2t square plus 2, if your displacement is given like this, it depends upon time interval. Then if I'll ask you what will be your displacement at a particular instant, or what will be your velocity at a particular instant, so we cannot find directly. So what we will do, we know that our velocity is final displacement minus initial position, final position minus initial position by t2 minus t1 time interval, or we can also write this is delta s upon delta t. We can also write that this is delta s upon delta t. That is difference, your position difference and your time difference. Now if we draw this type of motion in a graph, then it will suppose I'll draw this one or this one in a graph. So first I have to make one table. So for time t is equal to 0, it is 2 meter per second. So you can draw the graph 0, this is 0 0. So for time t is equal to 0, s is 2, it starts from here, and t is equal to 1, this is 2 to 4, t is equal to 1, this is 4. So here is the point. So like this some curve you will get, because it's a power 2. So any polynomial which is having power 2 will not be a straight line, it will be a curve, right? The graph will be a curve one. Now for this curve, so for this curve, let's say this curve, if you want to get what is the velocity of this object at a particular instant, let's say time t is equal to 3 seconds, then how will you calculate the velocity, right? So we do not know the final and initial position here, but we have a expression like this. So what we will do, we can use a differentiation, that is a technique, derivative. So that is basically we cut the graphs in pieces and we get the information at a small for a small position, right, for a small portion. So this time interval, let's say we write dt, and the height interval means height difference, that will be your, suppose this is s, this will be ds. So ds by dt will give you the small information or the information at that particular instant dt. Very small interval of dt will be very small. So we can write this in terms of limit. Okay, this technique is like this. So we can write limit delta t tends to 0. That means delta t means this difference t2 minus t1. This difference is very small. Let's say it's a dt, and so delta s upon delta t, which will be, we can write ds by dt. This is your differentiation. So ds by dt will be your differentiation, and it is also, we can call it in this type of curve, we can call it like a tangent, or also we can say it's a tan theta, because if you draw like this will also, if it is theta, then this is basically ds is your p and this is your b. So p by b is your tan theta. So you can write this is slope, or this is also tan theta also you can write. Okay, so if s is given in this type of means expression, then how can you calculate velocity? So we got that velocity is ds by dt. So similarly you can remember this formula, that velocity is ds by dt, and second formula, this is number 1. Number 2 is acceleration. How do we write acceleration? Acceleration we write v2 minus v1, final velocity minus initial velocity, upon the time interval, that is t2 minus t1. So or we can write dv by dt delta t. So similarly you can write here also that acceleration will be dv by dt, taking delta t very small, cutting the curve very small pieces in small intervals, you can calculate the acceleration at a particular interval. Now let us use this displacement equation, and we will find out the velocity and acceleration. Before that, let us use some formula for that. Let us discuss some formula. What are that formulas? So formulas, if you wish, you can derive this formulas by first principle method. Okay, the derivation techniques are there in some other video. I'll show you how these formulas are coming up by first principle method, differentiation, right? But today, as we are interested to solve problems of physics, so we'll write directly the formulas. So the formula, first formula, you can write that d by dt of, let's say, x to t to the power n. This one differentiation and the variable should be same. So t to the power n, n is the power, then it is n to the power t, n into t to the power n minus 1, n is the power here. Second formula, that if a constant is multiplied here with t to the power n, then constant comes outside of the differentiation, that is k into t differentiation of t to the power n. There you will use again the first formula. Then third formula is d by dt of k is 0. Fourth formula is if two functions are added, like suppose, or subtracted, t to the power n plus t to the power m, then we can find differentiation with individual terms, like we can find d to the power dt, t to the power m, n, plus minus. If plus is there, you will use plus or minus. So d upon dt, t to the power m, right? Individually if you will make differentiation. There are other also formulas like sine theta, e to the power x, other formulas are there, but I think this is sufficient for my problem, right? In some other classes I'll give you the formulas in detail, so but still I am writing few for more. So d upon dt, e to the power t is e to the power t, d by dt. Trigonometry I am not writing all the one. So sin t is equal to cos t, right? Cos differentiation of cos t will be minus sin t, and you can also use one more rule that is very important, that is differentiation of u into v. Suppose u is a function of t and v is also a function of t, then u into d by dt of v, this is chain rule we can say also, and v into d by dt, this is product rule. Chain rule is different. Chain rule is function of x. So these are the formula, and you can use these formulas for your calculation. Now let's calculate one numerical so that you will able to understand how we can use them. So the example we have already taken, let us discuss that only. Here the example is s is equal to, we have taken 2t square plus 2. Now suppose I want to find velocity from here. So velocity formula is ds by dt. Now what is s? S is a function of 2t square plus 2. So I can write, instead of s, I can write d by dt of 2t square plus 2. Now I'll use my formula, as you can see. So a plus is there and two separate terms are there, so I can find differentiation with two individual terms, like 2t square plus d upon dt of 2, right? Now 2 is a constant which will come outside, so 2 into d by dt of t square plus derivative of constant is 0, third formula, derivative of constant is 0, so this is 0, and then you will use 2 is a constant, came outside, second formula, then I'll use first formula, t square. So here 2 is the power, so n is the power here, n into t to the power n minus 1. So 2 into n is 2 here, so 2 into t to the power 2 minus 1 plus 0 is no value, so I can write like this. So this is 4t. So what v you are getting? Velocity you are getting 4t, right? Velocity we got 4t. Now the question is, what is the velocity? This is the s is given, displacement equation is given. The question is, what will be the velocity at 4 seconds? And time is 4 seconds. So you can use t is equal to, for t is equal to 4 seconds, your v will be 4 into 4, 16 meter per second. Okay, so how will you calculate acceleration then? By differentiating velocity again, because the formula of acceleration is dv by dt. So once we have the expression for v, we can find out acceleration, that is v is equal to here 4t, differentiation d by dt, right, and 4 will come outside, d by dt of t is 1 because t to the power 1 here. So 1 into t to the power 1 minus 1 is 0. So 1. So you can calculate. So this will be 4 into 1, that is 4. d by dt of t means t to the power 1 is here. Nothing is there means 1. So you can use the first formula. It should come 1. It should come 1. 4 into 1 4. So 4 meter per second square. A constant acceleration. So the object is moving with a constant acceleration and the velocity is 4t. So at regular time interval with 1 second increment, the velocity is increasing 4 into time, right? So we are getting all the information from here. Basically this one we use differentiation for to calculate the instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration. That means the velocity or the acceleration at a particular instant, right? Here as we calculated that the time is 4 seconds, means at a particular instant what is the speed, what is the velocity, at a particular instant what is the acceleration. So to address such type of problems we use differentiation. I have written only the 7 formula. There are so many formulas, right? Trigonometric, logarithm functions, derivative of logarithm function, so many formulas are there. So you practice these formulas, and in the part 2 I'll discuss about the integrations and the basics integration. Then part 3 will discuss some more problems and the advanced some more formulas, right? Thank you for watching the video. See you in next part. Thank you.